talking about something that's, I think, really important for a lot of people, especially this time of year.
Right.
We're going to be talking about Ramadan fasting.
Yes.
Specifically for people with diabetes.
Yeah.
And to help us do this, we've got...
a big topic.
Yeah, it's a big topic. And to help us do this, we've got 3 different YouTube videos from diabetes experts. 2 of them are kind of geared toward patients. And then 1 is actually kind of for healthcare providers.
Excellent.
So
a range of perspectives.
Yeah. So hopefully we've got kind of a range of information here.
Yeah.
And, we know that managing a health condition while also trying to, observe religious fasting, it can be tricky.
It is.
So that's really what we're here for.
Yeah.
We're here to give you the information you need to make good decisions that take care of both your faith and your well-being.
It's a delicate balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
It is.
And to kind of jump right into it.
Okay.
I was reading a study from Egypt that said almost 35% of diabetics didn't break their fast, even when they were experiencing hypoglycemia.
Yeah.
So this really shows how, complicated this can be.
Yeah. It certainly does.
Right.
It certainly does. It really highlights the tension between those two things.
Exactly.
And the need for good communication and good guidance.
Exactly. So how do we even start figuring out if it's safe?
Right.
Because there are so many different factors, like what kind of diabetes, how bad is it?
Yeah.
Are there any complications, other health conditions, the medication?
There are lots of individual factors.
It can be overwhelming.
Yeah. And I think one of the ways that one of the experts frames it that I think is quite useful is to think about it as a sort of traffic light system.
Okay. I like that.
To visualize the risks.
Yeah. Okay. Walk me through this.
Okay. So green light means go. Okay. So in this case, that would be somebody with well-controlled type 2 diabetes. Okay. Maybe on medications like metformin or DPP-4 inhibitors. And without any major complications.
Green light, you're probably good to go.
Probably good to go.
Yeah.
Yellow light means proceed with caution.
Okay.
So this is where things get a little bit trickier.
Yeah.
This might be if you have type 1 diabetes or less controlled type 2, if you're on insulin, if you're pregnant and you have diabetes, or if you have other health conditions on top of diabetes.
Okay, so yellow light, proceed with caution.
Proceed with caution.
What about red?
Red light means stop.
Okay.
And this is for people with poorly controlled type 1 diabetes.
Got it.
People who have developed complications like kidney disease or cognitive decline, or those who have recently had a diabetic coma, or recurrent severe hypoglycemia. Okay,
so red's pretty clear. One of the things that the experts emphasize is that you can't just treat everybody the same.
Yeah.
Like you talked about this 69-year-old woman with a bunch of complications.
Yeah, her case is really interesting.
Yeah.
Because she was taking medications that were generally considered safe for fasting.
Yeah.
But because of her overall health picture, it was just far too risky.
Yeah, you really have to look at the whole person.
Yeah.
That's why seeing your doctor at least 3 months before Ramadan is so important.
Yeah.
Because that gives you and your doctor time to go, okay, what are the risks here?
Right.
Do we need to adjust medication?
Exactly.
And you can come up with a plan together.
And come up with a personalized plan.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not just about the medication in isolation.
Exactly.
It's how all the pieces.
It's all the different pieces.
Together.
But, I'm thinking some people might be a little hesitant to even bring up fasting with their doctor.
I can see that.
Like maybe they think it's not really a medical issue or they're worried about being judged.
Yeah, I think those are valid concerns.
Yeah.
But it's important to remember that Islam prioritizes health and well-being.
Yes.
Above all else.
Absolutely.
And there are clear exemptions from fasting for anybody whose health could be jeopardized by it.
Yeah, and one of the experts even says, and this is a quote, "It is worthy to be noted that in all 3 types, the patient should follow the physician's prescription. If he finds that he should break the fast, a person should break the fast.
Right.
If the fast is too risky for them."
That's a good reminder.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It puts it into perspective.
Yeah, your health comes first.
Yeah.
And to drive that point home, another source even mentions that it's considered a sin.
Wow.
To endanger your life by fasting when medically advised against it.
Wow.
So
that's a powerful statement.
It is.
Yeah.
It emphasizes that there's no shame in prioritizing your health.
Yeah.
And that your faith supports you. in that decision.
Right.
So we've talked about the different levels of risk. We've talked about exemptions.
Yeah.
And that leads us to another crucial element, blood sugar monitoring.
Yes. Monitoring is so important.
Yes.
But I think sometimes people think, well, if I check my blood sugar more often, I'm just going to find more reasons to break my fast.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a common concern.
Yeah.
But thankfully, research shows the opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Frequent blood sugar monitoring actually leads to fewer hypoglycemic episodes.
So it actually empowers you.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you feel like...
It takes away that fear factor.
Yeah. Yeah.
That you're going to find something wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think one of the experts talked about how psychologically, like knowing your sugar is low actually makes it easier to break the fast if you need to.
You know, they said that knowing your numbers are low helps you mentally prepare for the possibility of breaking the fast.
Yeah.
Which reduces feelings of guilt. Oh, that makes sense.
Or failure.
Yeah, like I'm ready for this.
Yeah, you're not surprised by it.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. And speaking of monitoring, have you explored the different types of monitoring that are available?
Yeah.
So you've got traditional finger prick glucometers.
Yep.
Continuous glucose monitors or CGMs, and flash glucose monitoring. They each have their own pros and cons.
You should talk to your doctor about those.
Absolutely.
But whatever method you're using, you've got to know how to recognize the symptoms of both hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, and hyperglycemia.
High blood sugar.
Yeah, so can we run through those quickly?
Yeah, absolutely. So with hypoglycemia, you might experience things like sweating, trembling, a racing heart, irritability, anxiety, nausea, headache, even numbness and tingling.
So those are the red flags for low blood sugar. What about high blood sugar?
So when your blood sugar's too high, you might feel increasingly thirsty, weak, and have a headache.
Got it.
You might also experience blurred vision and find yourself needing to urinate more frequently.
So it's just really about paying attention to your body.
Yeah, tune in.
And knowing the signals at either end. Now, we know that medication is a huge part of diabetes management.
It is for many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does that play into Ramadan fasting?
Well, the good news is that a lot of diabetes medications can be safely adjusted for Ramadan. The key is that those adjustments must be done under the supervision of your doctor.
Don't try to DIY this.
Do not DIY. This is one where you need professional guidance.
So it seems like most oral medications are pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But there's one that often needs tweaks, and that's gliclazide.
Yes.
Also known as diamacron.
Right. Gliclazide is known to cause hypoglycemia.
Yeah.
So it's often switched to a different medication. Or the dosage is reduced, or the timing is adjusted.
Yeah. And for people on insulin, dose reductions are almost always necessary.
That's right. But the exact amount and timing of those insulin reductions is very individual.
Yeah.
So again,
talk to your doctor.
Close collaboration with your doctor.
Earlier, you mentioned a sick day medication list.
Yes.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely.
Like, why is that important for people with diabetes, especially during Ramadan?
So this list includes medications that can be dangerous if you become dehydrated, including some common blood pressure medications and pain relievers. And it's crucial to be aware of this list in case you get sick during Ramadan.
So if you're feeling under the weather during Ramadan, check that list.
Check the list.
Talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about medication, but even with the right medication, lifestyle choices play a big role.
You're absolutely right.
In how your body handles fasting.
And if I had to pick the single most important lifestyle factor, it would be hydration.
Hydration is key.
It is absolutely key.
But it's not just about chugging a gallon of water before you start.
No, it's about being strategic with your fluid intake. And one of the experts shared some really practical tips.
Okay. I love practical tips.
Me too. So at suhoor, which is the meal before the fast begins, try drinking a glass of water when you wake up. Have your meal, and then have another glass of water afterwards.
So that's 3 glasses down.
3 glasses down before the fast even starts.
Before the fast even starts?
Exactly.
Wow.
And then when you break your fast at iftar, start with 1 to 2 glasses of water.
Got it.
And then continue to sip water throughout the night, especially during prayer times.
Great tips.
Yeah.
What about food choices?
Yeah.
What should people be focusing on?
So I think the glycemic index, or GI, is really helpful here.
Yeah, I've heard of the GI.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's hard for people to like connect it to their everyday life.
Right.
Do you have an example?
Sure. So think about those dates you might enjoy
Oh, yeah.
to break your fast.
Yeah.
Dates actually have a high GI,
Okay.
but the glycemic load isn't as bad because
Okay.
they're usually only eating a few.
Yeah.
But imagine if you're to eat a whole box.
Oh, yeah.
That's where portion size comes in.
Portion control, important.
Very important.
So at Sewer,
Yeah.
what are some low GI foods?
Okay, so some great options include steel-cut oats,
Okay.
berries, lentils,
Mm-hmm.
sweet potatoes.
Got it.
All of those digest slowly
Yeah.
and help to prevent those blood sugar spikes and crashes.
And I believe Diabetes Canada has like a visual tool for this, right?
They do. They have a Ramadan nutrition plate guide that you can find online.
Visual tools are the best.
Yeah, it's a good way to visualize
Yeah.
what you should be eating.
Okay, so last but not least,
Okay.
exercise.
Yes.
How can people stay active during Ramadan
Yeah.
while also managing diabetes?
So Ramadan is not the time to start training for a marathon. It's
Right.
really about maintaining your current routine, but dialing back the intensity
Yeah.
and avoiding those midday workouts.
Yeah, don't push it.
When it's the hottest.
Listen to your body.
Exactly.
Don't push it too hard.
And one expert even pointed out that Taraweeh prayer,
Oh, yeah.
the special night prayers during Ramadan, can be considered a form of physical activity.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
But of course, if you have diabetes,
Yes.
you still need to be monitoring your blood sugar during Taraweeh.
Yes, you do, because it can actually lead to lows.
Yeah.
So consistent monitoring is essential, no matter what you're doing.
So important.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's amazing how much those little things matter
Yeah.
when you're trying to manage blood sugar.
It really is. Those small choices can make a big difference.
While we're on the topic of food, wanted to go a little deeper into the whole nutrition piece.
Okay.
We talked about the glycemic index.
Yeah.
But there's another thing called glycemic load.
Yes.
That's important too, right?
Right.
What is that?
Glycemic load.
Yeah.
Sounds complicated.
Yeah, it sounds more complicated.
But it's not as bad as it sounds.
Okay.
Really, what glycemic load is it considers both the GI of the food and how much of it you're actually eating.
Okay.
So it's not just about picking low GI foods. It's also about being mindful of those portion sizes.
Okay, so even if a food has a high GI, a small amount of it might not have that much impact.
Exactly.
Okay.
A good example is watermelon. So watermelon actually has a pretty high GI.
Oh, really?
But a typical serving of watermelon doesn't really send your blood sugar soaring.
Yeah.
Because watermelon's mostly water.
Okay.
So the glycemic load is relatively low.
Okay.
But if you ate a whole watermelon,
Yeah, that's different.
that's a different story.
Yeah, that's a lot of watermelon.
It is.
So when you're planning your suhoor meal,
Yeah.
it's not just about choosing the right foods,
Right.
but it's about choosing the right amount of food.
Exactly.
Okay.
You want to focus on those foods that are going to give you sustained energy
Yeah.
throughout the fasting hours.
So steel-cut oats, berries, lentils.
Yeah, all good choices.
What about iftar?
Oh, iftar.
I'm already picturing all the fried foods and sweets.
I know, me too. It's so tempting.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You can absolutely enjoy delicious food during Ramadan
Okay.
without sacrificing your health.
Give me some tips.
Okay, so instead of reaching for those deep-fried samosas,
Yeah.
what about trying baked samosas
Okay.
or lentil fritters?
Okay.
And when it comes to dessert, fruit-based options or sweets made with natural sweeteners like honey or dates,
Oh, that's a good idea.
yeah, those can really hit the spot.
Any advice on portion sizes at iftar?
Yeah, a good rule of thumb is to visualize your plate.
Okay.
Aim for half of it to be filled with non-starchy vegetables,
Okay.
a quarter with lean protein, and a quarter with complex carbs like brown rice or quinoa.
I like that visual.
It's a good one.
Easy to remember.
Yeah.
What about drinks?
Water.
Water's the bust.
Always your go-to,
Yeah.
both at suhoor and iftar. You can also enjoy unsweetened tea or coffee.
Okay.
But try to limit caffeine as it can dehydrate you.
Stay away from the sugary drinks.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, they'll spike your blood sugar and make you thirstier later on.
So we talked about hydration, food choices, portions. What else is important when it comes to nutrition during Ramadan? I think it's also important to be mindful of certain nutrients that are especially important for people with diabetes who are fasting.
Got it.
For example, fiber is your best friend.
Why is that?
Well, fiber slows down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream, which helps to prevent those blood sugar spikes.
So load up on those high-fiber fruits and vegetables.
Or
and
grains.
Whole grains.
Yeah.
And don't forget protein.
Protein.
Protein helps to slow down sugar absorption as well.
Okay.
And it provides sustained energy.
Okay, so what are some good examples of protein?
Think lean meats, fish, beans, lentils, even low-fat dairy products like yogurt.
So it really is all about making those smart choices.
It is.
Yeah.
It boils down to making those smart choices.
That's going to give you the nutrients you need.
Yeah.
And help keep your blood sugar stable.
Yeah. That's why I always recommend
Yeah.
connecting with a healthcare provider.
Or a registered dietitian.
Yeah.
They can help you
Yeah.
create a personalized meal plan.
Exactly.
It takes into account your individual needs.
Yeah, for sure.
Preferences.
So we've covered risk assessment, religious exemptions, blood sugar monitoring, adjusting medications, nutrition, hydration.
All it's covered.
What else?
Yeah.
What else should people be aware of?
So there are a few more things to keep in mind.
Okay.
One is the potential for complications
Okay.
that can arise during fasting,
Yeah.
such as diabetic ketoacidosis or DKA.
DKA, that sounds serious.
It is.
Yeah.
DKA is a life-threatening condition
Okay.
that occurs when your body starts breaking down fat for energy
Okay.
because it doesn't have enough insulin to use glucose.
Got it.
And this process produces ketones,
Okay.
which build up in your blood
Yeah.
and make it acidic.
Okay, so how can people prevent that during Ramadan?
Well, the key is to carefully monitor your blood sugar,
Mm.
stay well hydrated,
Yeah.
and don't skip suhoor,
Okay, that pre-dawn meal,
that pre-dawn meal,
very important.
if you experience any symptoms of DKA.
Okay, like what?
Things like excessive thirst,
Mm.
frequent urination,
Okay.
nausea, vomiting,
Yeah.
abdominal pain, difficulty breathing,
Okay.
get medical attention immediately.
So DKA, that's obviously worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Are there any other less severe complications
Sure.
that people should watch out for?
Dehydration is a common one,
Okay.
especially in hot climates or during long fasting hours.
Makes sense.
And as we've talked about, hypoglycemia
Yeah.
is another risk.
Got it.
It's important to know the symptoms of both and take action if they occur.
So monitor blood sugar, drink plenty of fluids,
Yeah.
and don't hesitate to break the fast
If you need to.
if you need to.
And here's something really important to remember.
Oh.
Even if you're unable to fast for the entire month,
Yeah.
there are other ways to participate in Ramadan. You know, focus on the prayer, the charity, the spiritual reflection. Ramadan is about so much more than just abstaining from food and drink.
I love that.
Yeah, it takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
It allows you to focus on the spiritual aspects of Ramadan.
And don't underestimate the power of intention,
Yeah.
even if you can't physically fast. Like if you want to.
That sincere desire is still meaningful.
Yeah. And sometimes, you might actually even see improvements in your health.
That's right.
One of the sources mentioned that people with diabetes who are really careful about managing their blood sugar and making healthy choices during Ramadan often see their A1C levels improve afterwards.
It's fascinating, isn't it? It seems counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but Ramadan can be a time to not just fast safely,
Yeah.
but also to improve your diabetes management
In the long run.
for the long haul.
It's like a reset button for your health habits.
Yeah, it's a time when people are naturally more mindful of their health.
For sure.
And the choices that they're making.
And then those good choices can carry over
Hopefully.
after Ramadan.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Ramadan can be a catalyst for positive change.
I love that.
Me too.
It's a really empowering message.
And I think it kind of sums up what we've been talking about today.
Yeah.
Knowledge, self-awareness, proactive planning.
All of those things.
Can really empower you to have a safe and fulfilling and even potentially health-enhancing Ramadan experience.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Well, this brings us to the end of our deep dive into Ramadan fasting and diabetes.
It's been a good one.
Yeah, we hope this has been helpful.
Yes, lots of information.
Remember, knowledge is just the first step.
It is.
The real power comes from taking action
Absolutely.
and making those informed decisions.
Yes. Talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
Do your research. Connect with your community.
Yes.
Most importantly,
Yeah.
listen to your body.
Listen to your body.
And to all who are observing,
Yes.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak.
May this holy month be filled with blessings,
Yes.
peace,
Peace.
and good health.
Good health.
And until next time,
Yes.
stay curious,
Stay curious.
learning, and keep diving deep.
And keep diving deep.
You know, as we've been going through all this stuff, I've been thinking about like the mental and emotional side of this too.
Yeah.
Like, it can't be easy to navigate Ramadan with diabetes.
It's a big psychological component.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's not just the physical stuff.
Absolutely.
You're dealing with expectations and anxieties and maybe even guilt.
Yeah, and I think one of the experts talked about this and emphasized how important it is to have open communication with your family and friends.
Yeah, just let people know.
Let them know
about your diabetes and how it affects your ability to fast.
Yeah, it's so much better to talk about it
than
to try and go it alone.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Explain your limitations to your loved ones.
And ask for help.
Ask for their support.
You don't have to do this alone.
Yeah, and if you're feeling isolated, reach out to your community.
Yeah.
You know there are probably other people going through the same thing.
For sure.
And you can even find online support groups and forums where you can connect with people who really get it.
Yeah.
You can share tips and advice.
Absolutely.
You can just feel that sense of community.
It's all about that support system.
It is.
And, you know, it's okay to adjust your Ramadan practices.
Yeah.
You can still participate in the spirit of Ramadan.
Absolutely.
Even if you're not fasting.
Yeah.
In the traditional way.
Yeah. There are so many different ways to connect with your faith during this time.
Yeah, whether it's prayer or charity or reading the Quran.
Reading the Quran.
Just taking time to reflect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and don't underestimate the power of intention.
Yeah.
Even if you can't fast, if you're like, I want to fast.
Yeah, that intention is still meaningful.
And sometimes, you know, that intention might lead to improvements.
That's right.
In your health.
One of the sources mentioned this, that people with diabetes who really focus on managing their blood sugar and making those healthy choices during Ramadan, they often see their A1C levels improve.
Oh, wow.
Afterwards.
So Ramadan can be a time to improve your diabetes management.
Yeah, it's kind of fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems counterintuitive, but but it makes sense when you think about it.
It does.
Because Ramadan is all about discipline and focus.
Yeah.
It's like a reset.
It's a reset.
You know, for your health habits,
it is.
People are more mindful during this time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, Ramadan can really be a catalyst for positive change.
I love that.
Me too.
It's a really empowering message.
And I think it kind of sums up what we've been talking about today.
Yeah.
It's about knowledge. Self-awareness, planning.
Yeah, all of those things
can really empower you to have a really great Ramadan experience.
Absolutely. Stay fulfilling and potentially even health enhancing.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive on Ramadan fasting and diabetes.
It's been a good one.
Yeah, it has. We hope you found it helpful.
Yeah, lots of good information.
Remember, knowledge is just the first step.
Yeah.
You've got to take action.
Absolutely.
Make informed decisions.
Yes.
Talk to your doctor. Do your research. Connect with your community.
Yeah.
Most importantly, listen to your body.
Listen to your body.
And to all those who are observing.
Yes.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak.
May this holy month be filled with blessings and peace.
Yes.
And good health.
Good health.
And until next time.
Yeah.
Stay curious.
Stay curious.
Keep learning.
Keep learning.
And keep diving deep.
Keep diving deep.
Feeling distressed and fearful about taking insulin is a common experience for many people with type 2 diabetes. It's important to remember that insulin is a life-saving medication that can help to control blood sugar levels and prevent serious complications. It is crucial to follow the advice of healthcare providers and trust in the treatment plan recommended for your individual. Seeking support from healthcare professionals, diabetes educators, and support groups can help in managing these fears and concerns. For better management, please visit DiabetesWala.pk and consult Dr. Irfan Safi, the leading diabetologist. Please like and share this public service message.